Offbeat Intros is a section of the show devoted to learning more about the artist. The YouTube channel is to promote the show. If you'd like to hear full songs, please use one of the links in the video description to listen to the full show.
This is Offbeat.
This is Offbeat.
So I discover new bands, to me at least, all the time via various different ways and means, all digitally these days, of course, but long gone are the days of randomly finding a new band on the listening post at Virgin Megastore or HMV. It really makes me happy, though, when bands reach out to me, and this is what has happened in this instance. It feels like the show is really gaining some momentum, particularly when the band is as accomplished as this next one is. They've played some of the biggest UK festivals and supported the likes of Luciano, Mad Professor and Easy Start All Stars. Their latest single has found a place on let's say a famous BBC reggae radio show, which needs no promotion, so I'm not giving it any. Sorry, David. Anyway, as if he listens. There's a new single out too, which we will get to. But for now, I'm going to shut up and introduce my guest. From the amazing band Rebel Control, I am pleased to be chatting to Andy Barron. Hello, sir.
Hey, hi Andy.
Are you well? How are things?
By the way. Yeah, things are good. Well, so all is good.
All is good. And I heard what you said, and yes, we do both have cool names.
Yeah. But I'm an original Andy. You probably Andrew, aren't you, Andy?
Do you know what? I am an Andrew. Am I a pretender?
You are. But it's cool,
I appreciate you letting me into the club.
I'm named after Andy Williams.
Oh, well, there you go.
I love you, baby. Yeah, that's me.
But do you know what? I know this is going to be a good interview because you've started singing before we've even really started. So,
I've got a cold. There'll be no more singing from me.
Boo. Right, okay. Let's continue with the chat then. And you're in a slot called Offbeat Intros. So the idea is that we find out more about a band that previously we might not have known too much about before. So if you wouldn't mind, please tell me a bit more about Rebel Control. Where did you start from? What are your humble beginnings and what have you been doing up to this point?
Well, funny enough, me and Richie Concrete, we went to school together in Ealing back in the day. And we used to bump into each other, when we left school, go to a couple of gigs every now and then. But then it wasn't until I went to Jamaica to see my dad and I recorded an album over there. And we bumped into each other in a jazz festival. I don't know, 2000 or something, 2001, probably 2001. Yeah, I just told him that I'd been to Jamaica, he'd done an album. He said, oh yeah, I always wanted to be in a reggae band. I'd love to do a reggae album. And then so we swapped numbers and ting. And then we just started to meet up, basically. And he used to live in Chiswick at that time. And so I used to pop down there. It was like a disused shop, but it was great because we used to meet in there. We could rehearse and we could practice. And we just started coming up with some tunes. And and we got our friends involved as well. Another guy who went to school with us, Richie Stevens, on the drums. And we had a few other friends from before. And then, we just started getting some tunes down. And then we came up with our first album, jamming at Rebel HQ. So it was great, really. And then we just started doing some gigs around London and some gigs in Brighton, where I recently moved to just then. As we did gigs, we started to get more gigs. People was asking us to play. And we got to support quite a few reggae artists. We travelled to Poland, travelled to Montenegro. Yeah, so it's been really good. We've had a really great time. And that's kind of how it all started, really.
Nice. Any particular moments that stand out as ones that are worth bragging about?
Well, it's hard to say, really, because we're lucky, we're blessed. I mean, I don't know if it's because of the songs or the vibes that we give out when we play live. So many shows have just been wonderful, it's just amazing. It's hard to really pick one out, really. There's been so many, where the audience they've got us. A lot of times it's a young crowd and you think, they're not going to dig this, but they really dig it. Yeah, I can't really pick a special moment, really, because the way I see it, they're all special moments and they've all been great, So I don't really have a special moment.
No worries. It's a bit soppy, but I'll allow it.
I can't think of one. There's so many.
Yeah, absolutely. No, I totally understand. And also, when you say that you didn't think the youngsters would get it, but they do, I tend to think that reggae music in particular is one that will never go away. It's always been there, bubbling along, and each new generation is discovering it at the appropriate moment. And I think it will always be that way. Obviously, I'd like it if it was a lot more popular than it presently is, but I also like the semi-underground nature of it.
I hear you. I think reggae's always been there. I mean, I remember back in the days, back in the 70s and 80s, there was a lot of reggae on Top of the Pops. That's how I first heard my first reggae song when I was at boarding school. I was about 6, 7 years old, and I heard Pluto Shervington's Dat, and I loved that song. And it was the first record I bought. I got a teacher to go out to the record shop and buy it for me.
What a classic tune. Yeah, I think you had good taste at a very young age. Let's move ourselves back to Rebel Control. And I think it might be time to have a listen to your first song. What do you think?
Yeah.
Okay, which one do you want?
This one is called We Not Got No Money, But We Got Love.
So it's the first song from Rebel Control, We Not Got No Money, But We Got Love, released last year and previously getting very high praise from reggae radio stations all over the place. Was there a specific moment that inspired that song?
There was actually. It was inspired by the Grenfell tragedy. Obviously, that was a really terrible thing to happen. But Richie Concrete was watching it on the news, and he was just sort of blown away by how the community came out and showed the love and compassion, for their community and wanted to help each other. And that's what inspired him to sort of write that song. It's very close to where we used to live, where we used to go to school, and obviously we used to hang out in that area a lot. We played gigs down there a few times. We're very close to that area. We've got a lot of friends in that area as well. It was close to our hearts in many ways.
So with that song getting quite a lot of play on various different reggae radio shows, including one on the BBC, which, as I said, will remain unnamed, it helped get the message out there that little bit more, not only about the band, but also about Grenfell and what happened.
Absolutely, yeah. I mean, it was wonderful. A lot of radio stations, all over the internet radio stations, as well as the one that shan't be named on the BBC, and also some others. But yeah, it was wonderful for them to play it, as obviously we want to raise our profile, and that really helped raise our profile somewhat. And it's nice for us to talk about the Grenfell, because obviously we wanted to keep that in people's minds and lest we not forget,
Yeah, I agree. The show is very much a journey of discovery for me, and I'll be honest, I actually missed that tune the first time round, so I'm actually really pleased to know more about that, and also Rebel Control now, and have the opportunity to play out your brand new track. New music just released, and I'm very happy for the show to be a platform for you. What is in store for us next?
The next song is called Don't Let Them Fool Ya.
It's the Offbeat Reggae Radio Show. Andy here, talking to another Andy. Obviously, I'm a pretender. I'm an Andrew. We've already had that conversation. I honestly feel like I've been lying now for years of my life, and it's all your fault.
I'm sorry. I was only teasing.
I get it. It's fine. So, Andy from Rebel Control is still on the phone, and we just played out their brand new song, Don't Let Them Fool Ya. What's it all about then?
Well, it's about, the powers that be making decisions that are not benefiting the majority of people. We want people to investigate the truth. Don't always believe the hype, because I think we have to ask, why is the rich always getting richer whilst the poor still suffer? It's usually about money. If you follow the money, you can find out why they're doing certain things. Investigate the truth, basically, and don't let them fool you.
It was interesting what you've just said, actually. I had a conversation that was along those lines about an hour ago. With our boy. He wanted something. He wants a game. And I told him how much it was. He went, oh, why is it all money?
It's always about the money.
Sadly how the world works, mate. But yeah.
Yeah, I know, sadly. They, for them it's all about the money, but for us it's about the love. So that's what Rebel Control is all about, peace and love and harmony and all those nice things. That's our MO.
I think it very much comes out in the music as well. If people are massive fans of the band, how do they go about finding out that little bit more about you?
We're on all of the usual social media sites. So check us out on Facebook, check us out on YouTube, lots of videos on there. Instagram, buy the single or buy any of our singles. You can check us out on Bandcamp. The singles are there. I think it's only a pound, man, for such a great song. And it's also Spotify. And so all of those musical stream sites. So yeah, please, if you do check us out, just stop by, say hello. We would always love to hear from anybody, and everybody. I'm
not sure if you're aware, because I was actually setting up this interview with Richie, and then he passed me on to your good self. But every featured artist that appears on the show gets their own page on the Offbeat Reggae Radio Show website as well. So I'll be putting your bio up there, along with any music that I can find in audio players and YouTube videos. and also links to your website, which is rebelcontrol.com, or indeed to all of your social media portals as well. So hopefully anybody that isn't quite sure where to find out more about you will be able to do so through the Offbeat Reggae Radio website as well.
Oh, that's lovely, Andy. And I'll tell you what, that's very, very kind of you. Now I feel really bad that I was teasing you about your name, So
as you should be.
So that's really lovely. Thank you for doing that. Much appreciated, man. Always,
And do you know what? The show for me is a hobby where I get to talk to cool people and listen to cool music, and anything I can do to give back and help you out for giving up your time, I am very, very happy to do. Now,
that's lovely.
You've definitely got a fan in me now that I've found out who Rebel Control is. What I'm interested in finding out, though, is where influences may have come from for the band or also for yourself. You gave me some options of who to play and actually mentioned a Dennis Brown song in Here I Come that I haven't played on the show before, and I thought that might be a good one. So I wonder if you can tell me what made you choose... I think what made you choose Dennis Brown might be quite obvious, but your own take on it would be interesting to me, as well as why that song.
Well, Dennis Brown, I just loved his voice from when I was young. When I first heard his voice, it just touched me, It really touched my heart. There was a time when there was this album that I bought, It was about 69p. It was a reggae album. I think it's called The Frontline. And for an album, 69p back in the day, that was like really good. And songs were on there, Dennis Brown songs were on there, and I thought, oh man, this voice is so beautiful. And then I kind of became obsessed with him, listening to everything. And I love every song he's done. And even when I saw him on Top of the Pops, I thought, oh my God, Dennis on Top of the Pops. But, it was just quite strange and bizarre. But it was wonderful at the same time, And so, so his music, the things he sings about, really touched me. And I'm a big Lovers Rock fan. And Dennis Brown does a lot of Lovers Rock. He does rootsy stuff as well, which I love too. But I particularly love his Lovers Rock songs. It just really reached my heart, And I'm a lover, not a fighter.
Good way to be. I love the fact, by the way, that's the second time that you've mentioned it. I think we need to bring back Top of the Pops.
Yeah, I used to watch it religiously back in the day when I was younger.
Yeah, I think we all did. We all did. You made time to sit at the TV at a specific time, not on demand. The world has changed, sir.
Yeah, it has indeed.
Okay, let's get Dennis Brown on then. Here I Come plays right now on Offbeat Reggae Radio. So it is the inspiration tune for Andy of Rebel Control, Dennis Brown, and Here I Come. I'm afraid we're done. I've had such a lovely chat. Thank you very much for being on the show.
Hey, it's a pleasure, Andy. Thank you for allowing me on your wonderful show.
It's a pleasure having you. Any messages for the guys and gals? Guys and gals, how cool do I think I sound? Any message to the ladies and gentlemen who are presently listening and are fans of Rebel Control and the way that you look at life?
Ladies and gentlemen, I would just like to say, no, seriously, no, everybody please check out Rebel Control, check out the new song, Don't Let Them Fool Ya, on Bandcamp. You can buy this single there, or Spotify and all the other musical streaming sites, so you can hear it there. Yeah, check us out. And as I said, please say hello, and always remember, peace and love. That's what we're all about, and I hope that's what you're all about. And treat people like you want to be treated, and just spread the love.
Nice one, brother. Thank you for being on the show. And don't be a stranger either. Let us know of any new releases or anything you want to promote.
Thank you, Andy. We will do. Thank you very much.